Dear students, welcome to Kalarava tutorials Chitradurga. Students, now we have to know about the introduction part of the arithmetic progression in the previous video. So today we have start the exercise problems, how to solve the exercise problems in easy method. So I will show you how to solve the exercise problems. Now we have moving to the exercise number 1.1. That means exercise number 1.1, or it is in the CBSE chapter, it is 5.1 it may be. So the first exercise and the first main question. In the first exercise, first main question, in the first main there is a sub question is there. The taxi fare after each kilometer when the fare is rupees 15. Here they given the taxi fare. Here they given the taxi fare after each kilometer. So you know, after each kilometer, the fare is rupees 15. The fare is rupees 15 for the first kilometer, and for the first kilometer, and rupees 8 for each additional kilometer. Rupees 8 for each additional kilometer. For each additional kilometer. So you know, this is the problem. They have to find the arithmetic progression. If it is possible for the situation, you have to find the list of numbers here. If it is an arithmetic progression, you give the reason, or it is not an arithmetic progression, you have to also give the reason here. So I would have to take the taxi fare after each kilometer fare is rupees 15. Here they consider the taxi fare, that is for each kilometer. So you observe here, each kilometer the taxi fare, each kilometer taxi fare is equal to of rupees 15. It is of rupees 15, and for the first kilometer, for the rupees 15, it is for the first kilometer. That is not for each kilometer. For the first kilometer, the fare is of rupees 15, and then for rupees 8 for each additional kilometer. That is for the first kilometer it is rupees fee, and for second kilometer, you observe here, for second kilometer, so the additional fee, additional fare is, the additional fare is of rupees 8 rupees, additional rupees. You have to find out at the end of second kilometer how much you have to find out. So at the end of, for the second kilometer, additional rupees 5 rupees. Therefore at the end of 2 kilometer, you have to pay how much? For additional, for first kilometer rupees 15, for each kilometer it is 8, therefore you have to pay 15 plus 8, that is equal to 23, rupees 23. After traveling the 2 kilometer, you have to pay off rupees 23, because this is for the first kilometer, and for the next second kilometer you have to pay 8 rupees, therefore totally the fare becomes 23 rupees. Now for the third kilometer, you observe, for the third kilometer, the additional fare is also equal to 8 rupees. For the third kilometer also it is equal to 8 rupees. Now for the end of the third kilometer, how much you have to pay? At the end of the third kilometer you have to pay, that is 15 plus 8 plus 8, that is equal to 31 rupees. You have to pay 31 rupees at the end of the third kilometer traveling. After traveling 3 kilometers, you have to pay this much of. That means in each way, for the additional kilometer, you have to add here rupees 8 for the before previous term. Here you observe, this is the first term, and for this we have to add 8, that gives you, that is 23. This is the first term, then you have to add rupees 8, you get 23. And for rupees 23, you have to add, you get rupees 31. And also for that one, you have to add, you get rupees 39. That means this is for first kilometer, this is for 2 kilometers. So after 2 kilometers fair, this is for after 3 kilometers fair, this is after 4 kilometers. So this is the fair, that is the series of numbers is like this. That means each, the difference between the each term is, you observe here there is 8 is there. For each term the difference is equal. That is constant. That constant difference is called the common difference. Therefore, here the common difference is equal. Then we say that this is an arithmetic progression. So therefore, this problem comes under arithmetic progression. So we write this is an AP. So we write this is an AP. So they have to ask, is this an arithmetic progression or not? So the list of numbers are involved under arithmetic progression. So we say that this is an arithmetic progression. So then, now coming to the next one. So you have to find out the each pair like this. Now we have to coming to the next problem, the second one. Now we have moving to the second problem. The second problem says that, what is that one? The amount of air present in a cylinder. You observe here, the amount of air present in a cylinder. The amount of air present in a cylinder when a vacuum pump removes one fourth of air remaining, in the cylinder at a time, at a time. So this is the question here. So they have to given that here there is some volume of air is in the cylinder. We have to remove the air, 1/4 of the air in the cylinder at a time. For each time we have to remove the 1/4 of the air present inside that cylinder. So what is the cylinder consists of? The volume of the air consists of. Here we have to consider it is an V, or it may be 1, or it may be whatever it may be. So let the volume of air inside the cylinder. So you observe here, let the volume of the air inside the cylinder be, you have to take it as a 1, or it may be V, or whatever it may be. So we consider this as V. Here we consider the volume becomes V. Then for first time we have to remove the 1/4 of the volume. This is the first term here. So that becomes the volume of the air is the first term here. So therefore we write A is equal to V. This is the first term, or we have to take this as A1, first term. And then we have to move. So for first term we have to remove 1/4 of the volume. So therefore remove 1/4 of the volume of air. So we have to remove the 1/4 of the volume. How much we have to remove? 1/4 of V can be removed. 1/4 of V. The volume is V. Then we have to remove 1/4 of the volume. What is the amount of air left in that cylinder? You calculate that one. The air left in the cylinder. So you have to subtract the removed volume of the air from the total volume. So therefore the total volume is V and removed volume is 1/4 of V. If we have to remove this 1/4 of V, we get 3/4 of volume can be removed. So how can we write? You have to take the LCM of these two. That means here 1V is there, 1/4 of V is removed. Then we get 3/4 of the volume of the air is remained in that one. So this becomes A2. So this becomes A2. Now we have to remove 1/4 of this volume. We have to remove the 1/4 of this volume. So what is the removal of air in the second time? Removal of 1/4 of volume. Volume is equal to, we have to calculate 1/4 of this one. That means 4/3 into 1/4 of the volume. So how can you find out this one? 1/4 of this one. 1/4 of this one becomes, you observe here, 3 divided by 16V we have to remove in the second time. Second time we have to remove this much of volume of air from that one. So in the first time we have to remove 1/4. In the second time 1/4 of this much. So the second term, now the air left in the cylinder. The air left in the cylinder is equal to, so the second term is this one, 1/4 of V minus 3 divided by 16th of V. We have to subtract this one. Now we get, by taking the LCM for 4 and 16, it is the 16 is the LCM. Now we have to take 4 4s are 16, 4 3s are 12, 12V minus, here it is 16 is same as the LCM. We have to write the 3V as it is. So that is equal to, you get 9/16th of V. This is the third term. Here this is the third term. A3 is 9/16th of V. So now we write the terms here. First term is V and second term is 1/4 of V and the third term is 9/16th of V. If these forms an AP or not, how can you find out is these terms are in AP or not? So now we have to calculate the value of D to decide these are in AP or not. So we have to calculate what is D. D is equal to A2 minus A1 or D is equal to A3 minus A2. That means we have to subtract this from this and then this one. If the D is equal value, then it is in AP. If the D has the different value, then it is not comes under arithmetic progression. So what is A2? A2 is 3/4 of V minus A1 is of V. So then we have to remove of the removal of the air 1/4. We have to take the LCM here. 4 is the LCM. Here this becomes 3V minus 1/4 of 4, 4 1s of 4V. That is equal to minus 1/4 of V. This is the difference D. Then we have to subtract this A3 minus A2. A3 is of 9/16V minus A2 is of 3/4V. So then you have to take the LCM here. I write this one here. LCM is of 16. Then 16 1s are 16, that becomes 9V and 4 4s are 16, 4 3s are 12V. So that gives you, that is minus 3V divided by 16. Here the D is difference. There is no constant term of that one D, that is the common difference is variation. So therefore we say that this is not an AP. These terms, that is the first term A1, A2, A3 and these are not in AP, these are not the terms of the arithmetic progression. So this is the form how we have to find out these are comes under arithmetic progression or not. Yes, now we move on to the next problem, third one. So the third problem, what it says, we see the third problem is the cost of digging a well after every meter of digging, when it costs rupees 150 for the first meter and rises by rupees 50 for each subsequent meter. That means I write here the third one. The cost of the cost of digging a well, the cost of digging a well after every meter, after every meter of digging, after every meter of digging, when it costs rupees 50, when it costs rupees 150 for the first meter, it costs rupees 150 for the first meter and rises by rupees 50 and rises by rupees 50 for each subsequent meters, for each subsequent meter. So you observe here, so there is a digging of a well. So they are started from the first foot and then second foot and then third foot, they digging the well in the ground. So for what is the first cost for the first meter? You observe the digging cost. Here the digging cost for first meter, the digging cost for the first meter is equal to rupees 150. You observe, it is the first cost for the first meter. Therefore, we consider this as A1. A1 is equal to rupees 150. So now we have to find out what is the cost for the second meter. For each meter it rises rupees 50. So for the second meter, we have to cost. What is the cost here? Here we cost rupees 50. For the second meter we have to cost rupees 50. So at the end of the second meter, so you observe here, at the end of the second meter or after digging second meter, what is the cost they given, what is the price for digging cost? So for the digging cost is 150 plus 50 rupees. We have to add the second meter digging cost for first meter, that gives you, that is 200, that is A2. So at the end of the second meter digging, they have to pay how much? 200 rupees. So therefore they have to pay rupees for 200. And then for the third meter, you observe, for the third meter the cost is rupees again 50. Additional rupees is 50. So we have to find out what is the total cost for the third after the end of the third meter digging. It is of 150 plus 50 plus 50. So that is A3, that is equal to 250. For each meter we have to add rupees 50 at the end of the digging. So the terms we have to write A1, A2, A3, A4 and so on. Here A1 is of rupees 50 and A2 is of rupees 200 and A3 is of rupees 250 and then what is A4? It is of 300. At the end of the each meters we have to pay the digging cost of this much. For first meter they have to pay 150, for the second meter they have to pay rupees 200, for the third meter they have to pay 250 and for the fourth meter we have to pay the 300 rupees. So we have to find out is these terms are in AP or not. These forms and arithmetic progression or not. How can you find it? We have to find out the D. What is the D? D is equal to A2 minus A1 and also we have to find out D is equal to A3 minus A2 and also we have to find out another terms also A4 minus A3. It may be. So now we have to find out what is A2. A2 is of 200 minus A1 is of 150. So therefore it gives the common difference is 50. Here the difference between these two terms is rupees 50 we have to find out here. Then we have to find out the difference of these two, that is A3 minus A2, that gives you 250 minus 200. 250 minus 200, so you get how much? Rupees 50. So the difference between the two terms is 50. Here also the difference is 50. So the difference is constant. If the difference D, common difference, is constant, then we have to say that these terms are in arithmetic progression. If D is constant, then we say that these two terms are in arithmetic progression. So therefore this is the form how to find, we have to find out the arithmetic progression. So students, these are the three problems I have to solve here. So then for your work, there is a last one is there. You have to try it. The amount of money in the account every year when rupees 10,000 is deposited at the compound interest at rate of 8 per annum. You have to find out the compound interest. You have to use the formula for the compound interest. So you have to find out the amount at the end of the first year, amount at the end of the second year, and amount at the end of the third year. You have to find out by using the compound interest formula. So then you get the different amounts are there. So different amounts are there. Then we have to find out at the end of the first year, at the end of the second year, at the end of the third year, fourth year, you have to find out that one. So then you have to find out the value of D. If the D is same, then the fourth problem is also comes under arithmetic progression. If it is not, there is no arithmetic progression. So you find out that one. So dear students, then we have meet at the second video to find out the A, that is the first term A, and the common difference, how we have to find out. We have to meet in the second video. Thank you very much.